How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm excited. This is going to be like 15 off-airport landings all in a row. So we need to initiate all of our little checklists for our border crossing. I also have to call the Canadian Border Patrol and say, hey, we're going to arrive at this time at this place, and they go down the whole questionnaire.
2 people on board, 1 crew, 1 passenger. Charlie, Yankee, Echo, Echo.
That's not an open port of entry.
How about St. Catharines?
Yeah, that's okay. Both of you fully vaccinated and completed the Iraq scan app?
Yes.
When you're flying yourself, you can just kind of leave, just like a car, you can leave whenever you want. But it's just like nailing down when you're going to arrive exactly to tell the border people.
ETA local time.
It's going to be about an hour and a half. I know that's kind of shorter than your 2-hour window, though.
So you'd be waiting on ground for half an hour.
You know what? I guess we could probably change to Billy Bishop.
Give us a call if there's any changes upon your arrival.
Okay, sounds good, thanks. We were going to go to St. Catharines right here, which is like literally 25 minutes. They require a 2-hour notice ahead of time. She's like, you'll have to wait there for an extra half hour then. That's going to kill our time, so let's just fly into Toronto. All right, let's go.
Calculated everything up. We've got about 230 pounds of gear in the back, so basically a passenger or passenger and a half.
We're going to clear customs in Toronto. I like flying into Billy Bishop. And then we're going to fly north into the wilderness to camp. But we also have to make sure that we have filed our EAPIS, or electronic APIS, which is basically an electronic document that goes to the US government saying, hey, Homeland Security, we're leaving the country. We have to file our ArriveCAN. Before we leave, I have to make sure I file a flight plan, and then I have to get on with flight following or en route radar services, and make sure I'm on the radio with ATC as we cross the border. So before we take off, let me fill you in on what's happening. So we decided to go camping in the Canadian wilderness. So we found the maps on the Crown Land website showing us where we can and can't land. So we have 15 potential campsites that we're gonna scope out from the air. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find at least one that will work for tonight. We've spent weeks preparing for this. We've got all of our equipment loaded in the helicopter, and we're lifting off today. So we've lifted off from Buffalo, and we've already gone down our checklist and ticked off all the boxes of things we needed to do. We're now crossing the border here, and I'm hopping on with ATC and making sure that I'm talking to somebody on the radio. So the river you're seeing us flying over right now is the Niagara River, and that's actually the border between the US and Canada. And once we cross over that river, we've transitioned from American airspace to Canadian airspace.
The Buffalo ATC have terminated our radar services and have passed us off to Canadian ATC. So now we're on the radio with Canada, and they're basically going to bring us all the way into Billy Bishop. We'll switch frequencies when we get close to the airport, so we can be talking to the tower for that airport. We've got a new squawk code. A squawk code is a code that ATC gives you where you put it in your aircraft and it pings on their radar. It's basically like a little name tag for our helicopter on their services, so they can follow us along. They don't see 300 Whiskey Zulu or Becki Chris, they see 4312. They can kind of follow us and know exactly where we are.
Temporary ID badge. Very good. Like almost like you've learned something for the hundreds of hours we've flown together.
Almost, yeah.
All right, so we are just coming up on the Skyway Bridge here in Hamilton, Ontario. And I fly over the bridge because we're basically going around the lake. Even though I can see Toronto right there, and it's a straighter shot over the water, I get a little nervous flying over open water if I don't have to. If you have an engine failure, yeah, we have personal flotation devices, but the helicopter doesn't have pop-out floats, so I'd rather execute an emergency landing to a field or something down here on dry land rather than into open water. So, helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulu, permission to switch frequency to check the ATIS.
300 Whiskey Zulu, I can give that to you. City altimeter 3004, ATIS Kilo. 1700 weather auto sequence, wind 1409, gusting 15. 9 miles and clear, temperature 25, dew point 15. Altimeter again 3004.
3004, and wind was 140, and 9 gusting 16.
Affirmative.
Roger that, thanks. All right, so she gave us all the weather. City Tower, helicopter November 300 Whiskey Zulu with Kilo.
300 Whiskey Zulu, City Tower.
300 Whiskey Zulu is inbound for Stollport FBO.
So Whiskey Zulu out there, do you want to use the runway or land straight on the apron?
Runway.
Let's just use the runway.
So Whiskey Zulu, runway 08, 1130, 10 gust 15, altimeter 3004, cleared straight in. What's your point of departure?
Straight in for 08, and our point of departure was a Niner Golf 0.
So Whiskey Zulu, descend 1,500 feet now. Below that will be at your discretion. There'll be a float plane over top you at 2,000.
Descending 1,500 below 0 Whiskey Zulu. The wind is more favorable to go direct into the runway, especially when we're pretty heavily loaded.
Said you're parked in Stollport?
Hey, affirmative, Stollport.
Zero Whiskey Zulu, Roger. Clear line 08, wind 100, timing plan to exit left at taxiway Charlie. It's the one right at the end of the apron there.
Roger, left at Charlie, 0 Whiskey Zulu.
Zero Whiskey Zulu left there, and then small ports are in front of you. You can air taxi and monitor ground 1217.
112.7, 0 Whiskey Zulu. Yeah, my alarm's going off to tell me to clear customs. That's a pretty good estimate of when we came in. Crack that door.
Get that open.
All right, flight plan is closed. Only thing left to tick off the box is calling customs. So I'm on hold with them now. Yes, I'm calling customs again because the call dropped. So once they answer, hopefully they'll clear us through. But until then, we can't leave the aircraft. We're still technically having clear customs. We're not allowed on the tarmac yet. All right, we're cleared. Finally. I was on the phone for 20 minutes just then. 5 minutes before that, before the call dropped. So it was like 25-minute wait on hold. It's variable. Sometimes that's the longest it's ever been. Sometimes it's 15 minutes. Sometimes you get through right away and it's like 5 minutes. But you can't leave the aircraft till you clear customs. So I guess it's no different than you coming in on a plane and you end up in the customing line and you're like, okay, the line could be 30 minutes long or it could be, 5 minutes long.
300 Whiskey Zulu is running up at Stoleport FBO with Juliet. Just requesting initial southwind wind and a left-hand turnout for a northbound departure for Charlie Yankee Echo Echo.
Zero Whiskey Zulu, Roger. Winds are 1207, altimeter 3004, and you can switch to tower 118.2 when you're all set to lift.
3004, 118.2 on ready, 0 Whiskey Zulu. And 300 Whiskey Zulu is ready for departure at Stoleport.
300 Whiskey Tower, keep north of 08, left turnout, climb not above 2000, lift off your discretion.
North of 08, not above 2000, 0 Whiskey Zulu.
So sick every time. It never gets old.
This is one of the more fun departures, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a lively city too, like so many boats around.
Yeah, like not only is like the departure itself awesome, coming out over the water, but then like just the views.
300 Whiskey Zulu, were you planning Buttonville or down to airspace northbound?
We're going to head northbound for Charlie Yankee Echo Echo, and I just noticed we don't have the squawk code.
300 Whiskey Zulu, squawk code is 1234.
1234, 0 Whiskey Zulu. And 300 Whiskey Zulu is on course.
300 Whiskey Zulu, Roger, looks like down to airspace on that heading, so not above 1,700 feet, and contact down to traffic advisory 126.2, good day.
126.2, not above 1,700, 0 Whiskey Zulu.
It is bumpy up here.
Yeah.
What happened?
It got a little bit hotter probably. 122.85 on standby.
122.85. I'm wearing SPF 60 sunscreen, but I think it's starting to kind of sweat off and my arm is starting to burn. So I put on this sun shirt. It's like basically SPF like 50 or something like that, just to protect my skin. It's really light. I really don't want to get a sunburn, like a bad burn, going out to the woods now for 5 days because it's just going to be too difficult to manage. We're sitting at 24 degrees here Celsius. It feels a lot hotter than the direct sun. So this time we've opted to bring a lot of like breathable, moisture wicking clothing that's meant for being outside.
122.85. All right, you see the airport over there maybe somewhere?
Nope.
4 miles that way. All right, we see a sock.
Searching for a sock. I do not see a sock.
Gotta be a sock somewhere. Huronia traffic, helicopter, November 300, Whiskey Zulu, crossing midfield from west to east at 1,500. We'll be turning left to join the left downwind for runway 16, Huronia. No one coming in on final?
Not that I can see.
Huronia traffic, helicopter, November 300, Whiskey Zulu's air taxiing for the threshold of 16 to the pumps, Huronia.
We are partially refueled. We didn't fully refuel. I didn't want to be doing potentially a bunch of off airports with full weight. We're gonna pay, maybe have a little snack, and then go do some scouting to find our camp spot for tonight. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to a island, or do you want to go to a...
Something cool.
Okay.
Time is a little bit of an issue for us right now because it's like 3:30 now, is it?
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's go. I'm gonna go pay and then we'll get out of here. Huronia Airport, Charlie Yankee Echo Echo, back with the installation of the airport tours.
Full service fuel only, no self-service. It's a nice looking FBO. They've got a beautiful little compass rose here on the ground. Double the functioning windsocks. We're gonna go check out the bathroom facility. Ooh, automatic lights and fan. Working urinal. Sort of working urinal. So we have 1 hour and 40 minutes of fuel. We do the entire loop looking at all 15 sites and then end up at Parry Sound Airport, which is north of here, closer to where we're camping. That trip is 1 hour, 12 minutes. Probably about 30 minutes reserve or buffer. That doesn't include like landing at any spots either. So if we ditch all the inland lake spots and just do the islands for now, then our full estimated time en route is 1 hour and 1 minute. It's 3:30 right now, so maybe 3:40. So 4:40 we should just be just enough time to get in and get some fuel at Parry Sound. You can get fuel after hours, it's just that you have to pay an after hours fee. Okay. So we're gonna scoot in before 5 so you don't have to pay the after hours fee.
According to my map overlay here, this is all general use area with the exception of these own spots down below. We're just going to check out our first inland spot just because it was kind of on the way. Majority of the spots we're going to check out now are going to be over on island further west of here. Beautiful area. All right, we're 4 miles south of where we're going to be. All right, anything in here?
Okay, well here's what I'm seeing. The water is quite far down a cliff. There's no clearings on the edges of the waters.
This island right here is where I had chose.
There's a huge bird right here, babe.
Right with the bird.
Which island, sorry?
Straight ahead. So this clearing right here could work. Snap a photo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of marshy over here, right?
It is marshy. And like the water in here is like a little stagnant, which means like the flies are going to be bad.
Well, there's power lines, so.
Yeah, watch out for those. Well, there's 1 or 2 spots there I took a picture of.
Like right here, maybe?
This here, like right there. That's a neat spot, actually.
All right, let's move on. Ooh, this island right here. Look, it's got like a little helipad on it.
Oh yeah, that could work. Nope, that's just a rock within swamp.
All right, we're going over a patch of no-go area here. This reservation up further. I'll get all those spots.
Wow.
This is protected. Kind of fun, just like looking over aerial maps and just thinking like, I want to go here.
Yeah, and then just going there.
And then just going there. That's like the freedom. That's what it's all about. It's like sitting in your living room, just scrolling over Google Maps and be like, man, that island looks awesome. We can land right there, just camp, routing yourself to it, and literally just landing on it and camping. Except you pick 15 spots, because they're not all going to work out. All right, all those purple shading is First Nations.
Oh wow, we're right out there, aren't we?
All right, basically this island right here, so anywhere on that.
Well, this side's not going to work.
Yeah, what about that little island right there? Okay, it's kind of mucky, yeah. So this is a bit swampy. The island next to it is pretty nice. And then this would work too.
Yeah.
This is a little protected air shallow area we could go in with our kayaks. Right there on the corner there.
Yeah. Oh, looks like these people had the same kind of idea as us.
Yeah. What do you have eyes? All right, here's this whole island up here is fair game.
Wow, there's some cool spots up here.
This is like a little lagoon in here too, right?
I like this spot. Oh, this is sick.
Yeah, take that picture.
That's sick. Oh, there's like a little lagoon in there. That's the spot. There's a flat spot there for a tent on the rock that's protected by the wind. Is it clear on the map?
Literally one of the spots that I had chosen. Oh, and here's kind of cool too. You're on the windward side of the island though.
Yeah, I probably want to be on the other side. I kind of just want to pick that spot and just do it. I know you want to scope out the rest of them, but I kind of just like want to do it now.
I mean, we got time and fuel, hours to burn.
We'll come back and like.
There's not going to be anybody at the spot. Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, is it ever?
All right, next spot is up here. Yeah, so anywhere in here.
It's not flat enough. This is all marshy.
This rock here.
Can you do a circle around?
Beautiful, huh?
Beauty.
The color of the water here is phenomenal.
Yes. Wow.
Oh, decisions, Peckham. We're going to forge on?
Yeah, we'll forge on.
Okay, any of these in front of us too is the next waypoint. How fun is this?
This is so awesome. I can't believe this, that we're able to do this.
It's not as beautiful.
So these are really lumpy and kind of like triangles like that. This is not going to work. Beautiful though.
All right.
Moving on. I'm so excited. I think what excites me too is like, you know, you see a couple of tents here and there and you're like, oh, this is like the culture. There are people out.
It's not like wilderness survival in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
20 degrees and 1,000 feet. 22 and a half. No, we've got 3 more spots up here and then we're done.
Yeah, I read a couple of stories on the internet where like this guy was camping in the Georgian Bay area and he was talking about bears and it kind of scared the shit out of me.
There's no frame of reference for it, right?
We camped on Cold Island because we were forced to, and we camped on the Thousand Islands last summer, and we got permission to land there.
And it was like a mowed lawn.
We know where we can and can't land based off the Crown Lands maps. So we're only looking at places that we're allowed to land.
Speaking of which,
Up here.
waypoint number 12.
This does look good. There is a lot of flat spots by the looks of it here.
Any of this works.
Some of these are too steep and too bumpy.
All right, let's continue on to the next waypoint, which is right up here.
Oh, I'm getting hungry for my macaroni and cheese.
Okay, so down in here was a bit swampy. There's gonna be one inland spot that we're gonna check out because it just happens to be us overflying it, but we're done.
I think that we know where we're going. Now we just need to pick
I don't know which one you're gonna pick.
Just to be out here in the dead ass summer and like the blue water and stuff. We'll see if my feelings about to change after tonight camping. I see why people do this. There's a big bird.
Got Big Bird.
Yeah.
With Big Bird.
We're gonna fuel up and then head to our campsite.
Parry Sound area municipal traffic. Helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulu turning base for final from way 350 Whiskey Zulu.
Okay, we are landed at Parry Sound Airport. We just fueled up, so we got a full tanks of fuel. We chose where we're gonna camp. Becki had 2 spots that stood out to her, and she deliberated long and hard, and we ended up choosing one of them, so we're gonna fly there. It's only 12 minutes west of here, so we'll fly 12 minutes, scope out the off-airport landing, choose a nice little spot that's somewhat level. And we gotta figure out where we're gonna put the campfire, where we're gonna put the camp, where we're gonna put our food, where we're gonna put the helicopter. So all that stuff we're kind of sort of assessing on the fly. Becki's gonna be more so using her knowledge of outdoors to do that, while I'm gonna be using my knowledge of aviation to choose a spot that is good for landing the helicopter at. Pretty sure there's a little flat rock there right on the water that looks pretty good. So we'll go scope it out, do a couple low passes, high reconnaissance, low reconnaissance, and then put it down.
22.5 to hover, not bad.
Love that all the time you say it's not bad.
Well, it's good, yeah.
Because it's never bad, because we did the proper weight and balance.
Yeah.
Oh, bird deflectors down.
Parry Sound Airport traffic, helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulus, just departing from the crosswind from 35, westbound departure, Parry Sound.
To our campsite we go. I was really excited when we saw them. I think if we had landed right then, I would have been still really excited, but I'm starting to get hungry and tired.
Yes.
So the excitement is kind of waning. We've got our life jackets on. 14 minutes from Parry Sound Airport to our first campsite. 5:48 in the PM. Once we land, we'll set up our camp and start to get settled away for the evening and cook up a supper or something.
November's landing, John Face.
Yep.
Wow, those just are really
invisible,
see
huh?
them, yeah. Tons of power lines just there.
Yep.
No balls on them, which is kind of surprising. There's a lot of planes around here.
Scary, huh?
Yeah, I think the reality now is setting in after Cold Island, like knowing what I know now, where we set up our tent was not a good spot. And then we kept smelling stuff in our tent, which is not like, why would you do that? But I didn't know. I didn't know anything. All I knew was that we had a tent in the back and we needed a camp stove. We brought Mr. Noodles for food. That was it.
Yeah, you know what? Worked out, man. Dead ahead.
Yeah, it looks a bit lumpy.
Over here.
There's poops everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's geese. Your front skids aren't down.
Go over here on this hump. Let's just go over it right here.
Your back skids are like off the ground by a foot.
This is like what me and Pete had to do. No. All right, let's try over here.
Yeah, nope.
I would have thought it was going to be this hard to find the spot to land.
All right.
Should have just gone with the one we picked first.
Ew, there's a big, huge dead eaten fish right there on the ground.
Let's go.
Let's try the other spot and see. There's now a guy at the spot that we had picked out.
What was your third spot?
How disappointing. There was no third spot.
Can
Why
you
don't we put it down here and then just reassess the situation for a second?
Okay. You're all free. Yeah, let's go to this one right here.
Okay.
Bull's popsicle stand. So this island right here. All right, we'll do a lap around it.
Looks like somebody had been there previously. There is a fire pit by the looks of it. Yeah, like in here maybe?
Okay. Solid ground on my side.
Solid ground on my side.
Boom, first tee.
Damn. Yeah, this is the spot.
We'll crack that door.
This is a beautiful sight.
I'm so excited. That person's cabin has a helipad.
Oh, that's so sick.
You know what that is? Backcountry Hut Company. That's their A-frame. And did you see the other one on the edge?
You recognize the cabins in a box.
Yeah. Are we down?
Solid ground on my side.
Solid ground on my side.
Boom.
Oh wow, that was a lot of water. Look at this view.
This isn't at all what I was picturing. I was like, okay, we're gonna be in the woods. We're gonna be worried about bears. What's that sound?
You have to be okay with sounds, honey. picture a casserole. It's just scrambled eggs with a bunch of stuff in
It
it.
tastes a little bit like ground, but I'm wondering if that's just like potato taste. This is incredible.
Jade green waters.
This camping experience has blown my expectations out of the water.